Alright, so you saw the title of this video, and before you click off thinking,
oh, he's just gonna complain about Japanese working culture and all this stuff, blah 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 blah.
no. Nope. Because what I and all the seasonal working holiday staff here do does not apply to that Japanese stereotype, so let's get that out of the way first. In this video, I want to share with you my thoughts about working in a Japanese ski resort, or I guess anywhere you can get a seasonal job in Japan, because I know there are plenty of you out there that are considering doing the same via the working holiday or Wahori visa. So, is it worth it? Short and long answer is yes. I think it is very, very much worth it. Both for you and for me. For you, the concept of a Wahori visa is amazing. You get to come and live in Japan for 1 to 2 years. You get to explore the country more than I've explored my own country. And you get paid to work at a beautiful place like this. I imagine this would be an absolute dream for most of you, and as I said in one of my previous videos, this is a great alternative to teaching in English. But more importantly, in my opinion, it's the people that you'll meet when you're here. Of course, you're gonna meet a bunch of locals who you'll struggle to communicate and connect with, but you'll also see a bunch of people on the same path as you.
Also on the working holiday visa, also from the same country as you, city, town as you, street as you.
I'm serious. I think last year I saw 2 seasonal staff, working holiday people meet, and they were like, oh, you're actually just across the street from me. But of course you will also meet people from a lot of other countries, so it's just super international and super fun. And for me, same reason. As someone who's been to international schools and a British university, I'm used to being surrounded by foreigners, or in many cases, being the foreigner, and even now, it's the same. I actually feel more like a foreigner because right now, Japanese people are the minority. All of this gives me flashbacks to my school days. Of course, unlike school, this is a professional setting. We're being paid to get the job done, and yes, we get the job done. But just like school, I don't know, it feels like a class. You're working and getting the job done with your classmates. So it's like, I don't know, it's just so fun. And that's what I meant when I said working here doesn't really apply to that old school Japanese stereotype where you gotta work. Japanese people need to calm down, you know? And this is coming from me, a Nihonjin who
constantly suffers from Japanese perfectionism, even though I told myself several months ago in that video, telling myself not to be a perfectionist. I clearly haven't watched my own video.
I need to calm down myself. But at the same time, as a Japanese person, I do agree that a certain level of work ethic and seriousness is required to maintain that high Japanese service quality, punctuality, and standard. And if you ask any of the seasonal workers here that work with me on a daily basis, they will agree, and I will agree, that I have extremely high standards. Which comes back to my Japanese perfectionism again. I clearly have not recovered, and I just cannot let go of that old school Japanese mentality. Am I an old school Japanese man? But yes, anyways, I 100% agree that working in a ski resort or anywhere in Japan with a working holiday visa is a fantastic idea. So if you've been contemplating for several months or years even, this is the deciding factor, okay? You've made it this far, thank you for watching. Get a working holiday visa, come to Japan right now. What are you waiting for? Oh, right, and of course, you'll have the added bonus of being able to ski a lot if you're coming to a ski resort and if that's what you want to do. And you might even pick up a new language. I mean, that would be pretty hard. I mean, I haven't even mastered Japanese yet. Okay, but with every discussion, there's always a positive and a negative side. Balanced, as all things should be. But before I move onwards, let me just say that, again, the positives apply to both of us, and they heavily outweigh the negatives. Yes, you'll have some inconveniences in Japan, like not being able to fully connect and interact with the local, or finding it difficult to set up a bank account, phone number, etc. Yes, these are small things though that I don't think they're the biggest deal breaker. The thing I want to talk about, and it's kind of the reason why I wanted to make this spontaneous video, actually only really applies to me. So yes, I'm sorry, I'm being a bit greedy today. It's the fact that working in a ski resort can be very overwhelming, especially in the super peak season. Obviously. So for long-term staff like me, we're here for most of the year. Yes, occasionally I'll go back to Tokyo, back home, but I'm here even during the quiet season. So if you've been watching my videos throughout this past year, you would have seen the seasons changing throughout the year. It's really beautiful. And as experienced locals, when it comes to the busy seasons like right now, we have greater responsibility in taking care of the hundreds of foreigner staff and guests that come here. So taking care of them, managing them, and leading them. And that is not a bad thing at all. I actually wanted more responsibility. I wanted to do more things and improve my professional and life skills, which I have been able to do. On top of that, I've also improved my Japanese speaking ability and writing ability. I can now confidently pick up the phone and speak in Japanese, which I wasn't able to do 2 years ago. But with great power comes great responsibility, and that means that we always need to be alert and on call for any messages, calls, and emergencies that might happen even on our days off. Kind of like Spider-Man. Huh. That reference worked out. And again, that's fine. I wanted more responsibility and, taking action. But now that I've been doing this for several weeks and we're in the second half of the season, I'm starting to feel the physical and mental fatigue. Even today, I'm pretty sleepy. In an ideal world, I want to be spending my special days off. I want to be going up the mountain and skiing and doing all these fun things. But by the time I get to those special days, I'm so exhausted that a lot of the time, I just end up sleeping in, just like today. And if I'm doing that, maybe my body is telling me something. But remember, I said this applies only to me. That's because on top of my job that I'm doing, I'm trying to juggle so many things in my life that arguably it's more of a me problem, not a job problem. The job is fine, it's fun, like I said, the positives. It's a me problem. In my free time, first of all, I'm trying to do this YouTube thing, which is the most time and energy consuming thing ever, but it is super fun, that's why I keep doing it. I'm also doing online courses to, progress my future career and all this stuff. I also try to go to the nearby town once a week, and on rare occasions, I will do my best and try to socialize and go out with my friends, and I'll try to get the extrovert deep inside of me, which doesn't actually exist. And now I'm talking about trying to go skiing.
And there's also a lot of other private things I'm trying to do. It's just a lot of things, okay?
Basically, I've learned that trying to do so many things at once when you're already busy with your job is very tough. And I hope that explains why I haven't been super consistent on my channel. But let's twist it to a positive tone, because my parents always tell me to try not to be negative, be optimistic. Let's say that this was a very good learning experience for both of us, hopefully. This was a spontaneous video. Last week I was supposed to make a proper long video, but then
I got busy, so I posted a short instead. And again, this week, I have a lot of plans, so I'm not going to be able to edit that video in time. So I was like, you know what, let's just film a super simple video where I'm just talking about what's going on.
But at the same time, I didn't just want to talk about how overwhelmed I am, being negative. No, as I said, I want to be positive, and that's why I mixed in the first half, trying to convince you why a working holiday visa is not a bad idea. And I hope I've already convinced you. If you're still not convinced, watch that first half again. Just come here already. But with that being said, I hope you got something out of this weird video. If you'd like to watch my video that I mentioned earlier, you can watch that here. I should actually re-watch that video. But I hope to see you soon in the near future. I'm gonna go to bed. You could tell I can't speak properly. Okay, bye-bye.